Alright, we're going to solve the same system that we solved before. I wanted you to see the answers because we're going to jump into the graph and solve this graphically. Um, so we did lin solve here and we got 17 over 16 and 13 over 8. And we had 1.0625, 1.625. So we know what our answers are. Let me just kind of type these in here. X equals 1.0625. I'll change those in a minute. Y was equal to 1.625. And let's just knock those down a little bit so they're a little bit easier to see. Now, in order to solve this, we can hit home, and then we want to go to a graph. So we have our graph here. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, this calculator, the operating system, doesn't really work here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new new camera here, and I didn't prepare for this, but hey, spontaneous. This is good stuff. Give me 1 second and I'll get my calculator and show you what you can do with it. Alright, now this is one of the classroom calculators that we use. So let me zoom in a little bit. And in order to clear out everything, because obviously we were playing around with an absolute value function there, hit delete a few times, it'll say yes, we hit OK, that's not OK, enter, you hit enter, it's gone, everything's gone. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can type them in. Before, with the operating system we had before, we had to solve for y, and we needed y equals something. Well, you don't really have to do that. If you hit menu, and then you go down to graph entry edit, you have all of these different ideas and different graphs that you can put into the function. Go up to equation, and we want to put in a line since these are both lines. See, we have y equals mx plus b, which is right here. We have x equals c, which will give us a vertical line, or we have ax plus by equals c. And that'll allow us to put in a line in standard form. So now we just have to type in the numbers. They have the x's and the y's. The first one's a 2 for the x, 3 for y, and that's a 7. Hit enter, there's our line. And so let me grab the equation, move it way up there so it's kind of out of the way. And now I want the same thing. Well, since we already told the calculator we want to put in equations, it's just going to keep that same form until we tell it to do something else. Remember what I always say, the calculators are super smart and super dumb all at the same time. So it just needs to be told everything. So we type in, for the second equation, 4, -2, which is the coefficient for the y, and it's a 1. And there it is. That's the point we want, right there. So, to solve a system, we'll hit menu, and I'm going to go down to geometry. And then points and lines, because we want to find a point. We want to find the point of intersection, and we want to find the intersection point. Now, up in the upper left here, we can put in there, it says click on the first graph and click on the second graph. So I'll go down here, I'll click on the first graph. There it is. Click on the second graph, and I got my point. I'll hit escape to get out of that function, because until you tell the calculator not to solve a system, it always wants to solve a system. I'll move this up so we can take a look at it. And there's our solution right there, which was that point right there. And now if we look over here, our x value was 1.625. It gave us 1.06 because it only goes to 2 decimal places. So it only gave us this part right there. And this one only gave us this part right there. It rounded up to 1.63. So it got us the same solution. Personally, I like the other way better. So go ahead and take a look at the other way, because algebraically you'll get a better answer. Graphs always get you an estimated answer. It just is what it is. But that is exactly what you want to do. You want to, let me erase that again. You want to find that point right there of intersection. And you do that menu. You could go to Analyze Graph and find intersection. Or you could go down to Geometry and find points and lines and intersection points, which I think is the easiest way to do it. But whatever you like.